Hey everybody, Rich and Mike here with this week's fishing report. Last one of 2021. Very exciting.
Last fishing report of the year.
Last report of the year. I'm looking forward to 2022. But before we go away, lots of good fishing going on right now.
Yes, very much so.
So it's the winter time. Pickerel, yellow perch, crappie, all good fish, right?
Oh, very much so.
So we've the CCA pickerel tournament's going on. We've been talking to a lot of customers that have been fishing it. The guys have been doing pretty well. A couple of cookie cutter fish out there. So, you know, you got to put some work in to find some of the bigger ones. But they're out there. Go out and have some fun with this. We got some cool stuff. The World Minnow. I'm telling you, it's a great lure. It looks awesome. It's going to do really well. If you're looking to win that tournament, I'd be fishing one of these.
Now, I will say this. For that tournament, you cannot use treble hooks. So if you're going to use this, switch out treble hooks for inline hooks.
Single hooks. We have those.
We do. So don't forget that. If you are in the tournament, you plan on doing it, don't get your fish disqualified because you use.
Right.
You know, if you're just a recreational fisherman,
Have
at it. I still recommend doing single hooks, less hooks in the hand, things like that. But this is a great bait to use for pickerel and bass and just about everything.
Yep.
But this time you're a pickerel.
Talked to a few customers today that are actually heading over to the Eastern Shore to do some crappie fishing.
Yes.
So crappie's big time of the year for catching crappie. Definitely some decent size being caught. Try a simple drop rig with shad dart on the bottom underneath of a float. Do a little jig head, put a small minnow. If you don't want to deal with getting some minnows, which we do have in stock, you can try some of the Gulp Minnows. So these work really well. Got that juice in there. These you can leave sitting. You can move them around a little bit, twitch the float a little bit, but you can leave these sit because they got that scent to them. So they'll be attracted to it even if it's not moving. And in this colder weather, when the water gets really cold like that and the fish just kind of sit there, throw these up into the shallows. One of those perch rigs that we have with the float underneath, you can adjust the float so you can fish in shallow water if you want to, which is nice.
The perch float rig here. Yep.
Yep, that'll definitely work obviously for yellow perch, white perch, but you can also use it for crappie.
Yep. And I'll even use them and caught pickerel on them.
Yeah.
They're just a great overall.
Yeah, definitely.
For a minnow or
Definitely.
even the gulp.
Yeah. So let's get out to the main part of the bay. Up north, we've been doing okay around the rock pile, the bridge. Bridge always holds fish all year long. You definitely drop some bait down there. We've got some fresh bunker that just came in today.
Now remember, it is catch and release only.
Yep, make sure you got your circle hooks if you're going to be using the fresh bunker. But we do have some of that in stock. And Catfish, definitely. The Potomac. Been hearing some guys going out to the Potomac to catch some catfish. Catfish all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah,
so if you want to use
definitely
bait, you can have a chance of catching some rockfish as well as a bunch of catfish. But if you want to specifically target the rockfish, farther south is the best way to go. Bigger baits, things like that. Such as these, the Coach jig heads here, the big 10-inch Boss BKDs here, variety of different colors. Usually, typically, 1 ounce to 2 ounce heads.
Yeah.
If you really want to bulk, the name of the game is bulking up your profile this time of year. So skirts are always a big must, bigger baits, things like that, like the Streaks XLs here. Just these are an 8-inch bait, but they have a wide profile. Same thing with the Busta Bait Fat Boy here. They are, as the name describes them, a fatter profile bait. So it gives that bigger presentation for those fish that are a little bit more lethargic this time of year.
Yep, absolutely. And 1.5 ounce, maybe a 2 ounce jig head if you're fishing in some faster currents,
like the rips or the power plant.
Yep.
Got those big currents over there. So.
And a lot of, like you said, a lot of the fish we've been hearing are in deeper water. So having that heavier jig head to get down, if those fish are holding a little bit deeper, you want to make sure you have some bigger jig heads.
Yeah. So.
Down at the beach, guys have been catching fish. Yeah, they've been catching some striped bass down there off the beach. Haven't heard too much surf fishing wise. I think most people are still catching them within that 3-mile limit, but they're catching them down there, and hopefully we'll see some more of those fish keep moving down, moving into the bay. Guys have been out wreck fishing a little bit. Guys that are willing to go out into the colder weather, some tog and whatnot. That time of the year, kind of start going after some of that stuff. So definitely keep that on the horizon.
I want to head back to the yellow perch fishing.
Yes,
it's starting to pick up. It hasn't been great, but I know some people that have gone out there on their little boats, kayaks, things like that, and found them where they're holding to start staging to start going up to the creeks and spawning. It's not uncommon to go out and catch a limit of them right now. You just got to do a little bit more searching for them, and people are doing really well. So it's that time of year to start going after, especially with how seasonably warm we've.
Yes,
it's been
definitely
really warm for end of December, early January.
Yeah,
so definitely, I think those fish are going to end up spawning, not necessarily within the next couple weeks, but sooner than they normally do. So that'll be something to definitely look forward to and get out there and try.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Well, thank you all for joining in for the last report of the year, and we look forward to seeing you guys in 2022. Good luck
next
out there.
year.
Have fun.